they got something to drink for us, man. Fuck. Yeah, this is working very well on fucking 13. Much better. Much better. I mean, they haven't gotten to it since I set it up, since I reset it, but it's running so much better. So much better. And the I/O performance is very good. Yeah, the I/O performance is top notch, just like 14. Deleting files, moving files, extracting them. I mean, the script is obviously a lot better than it was when I had it on 13 previously. So the script probably has something to do with it. But it's running so much better. So much better. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Zoom is working better, the pictures are better. It doesn't have that on-off blur that was switching. This guy, I mean, this guy is just unbelievably corrosive. The green lines that you get in One UI 7 on 15 is from the goddamn ray tracing that these phones are doing with the GPU. You understand what I'm telling you? The fucking lines that you see in One UI 7 on some of these phones, when they go to 7, it's from the ray tracing that these phones have. Because that's the only difference. That's the only difference between the GPU on these phones and any other Samsung phone that they make. It's the fucking ray tracing that they put in this chip that causes the green lines that you see on the screen in One UI 7. Because that's the only difference between these phones and the previous models they made. That's the only difference. Understand? And that's why you get those green lines in One UI 7. That's the only difference in the GPU drivers that you see. That is different. It's the ones that have ray tracing, which they added with the S22. They added that with the S22. It was the first, I think they said, or the S21 when they started adding ray tracing. And that's the reason why you see green lines on the breaks the display drivers, and you see green lines on the fucking screen. It's from ray tracing. That's the only difference on these phones. Because like I said, it was made for gaming, they said, and it is fast on games, faster than the A52 is, and that's the only difference. It has ray tracing, and that's what breaks the display on One UI 7. Oh my god, my fucking balls hurts really bad. Everybody cleared out, huh? Everybody cleared out today, guys. Nobody's out here. No beer, just the birds. No beer buddies, only the birds are out here. I want to go back to sleep. That's what I want to do. It's not going to be There won't be anything out here until 6. And I feel like vomiting. Oh my god. I feel like vomiting really bad. Really bad. Yeah, and I love this fucking thing on 13, man. The collages. It's so much easier to make them without the fucking pictures running out of bounds. What a shit idea that is. To fucking, to make those images run out of bounds in the collage. What a shit idea that is. I understand, obviously done on purpose, because not even Google Photos does that on the latest version. You can't do that in Google Photos. but they do it in the Samsung photo editor. Hurt really bad. Fuck. Stomach hurts slightly. Like I said, I'm fucking thirsty, and this guy's telling me not to bring any food. They stopped showing up at 2 p.m. like they usually do, and I'm just thirsty right now. Rage racing, guys. Too much walking, but I just want to lay down, really. It's too much walking, but I just want to fucking lay down. It's been fucking exhausting. It's a shirt, it's boiler suit, something. They said that they changed the partitions in 15, so you're not. There's no more. They changed the partitions, partition types in 14. So, I mean 15. So if they come up with anything if they come up with anything for these phones to change the software out, it's not going to be for 15. You understand? You need something older, 13, 14, if you're going to change any software on these phones. Because 15, they changed the partitions, they said. So whatever they did, you're probably not going to find a way to change anything on that for a while. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. You know, they probably won't have anything on that on 15 to change the software out for a long time. So if they figure something out on these phones, maybe in the next 3 years or so, find a way to change this software without rooting, it won't be anything for 15 for probably another 10 years. You know, it's because they changed the partitions, they said. This one, you know, on these ones you can't open Super IO anymore. The Super ISO, I mean. You can't open that file and change the stuff in there. And if you can't get in there, chances are you're not going to get in 15 anyway. So who knows? Who knows? It's I mean, like I said, it's only some stuff requires, you know, the latest firmware. If you need like a banking app or something that requires more updates, more, you know, latest firmware and stuff, then you know, that would be a reason to upgrade the firmware. But if you don't need, you know, if you're not using something that requires something that's updated, there is no reason to upgrade. Understand? There's no reason to upgrade unless you have something that requires it. It's usually banking apps. Usually banking apps are, you know, the ones that are more finicky with the latest version of Android or something. But if you don't need that, you're pretty good. You know, you shouldn't have, you know, in my opinion, you shouldn't be obligated to upgrade at all. Yeah, if the app is in, you know, if the app is, you know, if you have 11 and up, even 10, you should be just fine, in my opinion. But like I said, some people with their own apps, they require an upgrade if you want to use some of their apps. But I see no reason for it. You know, I see no difference. There's no security difference. It's the same holes that they deliberately leave in Android. Same holes. Sometimes it's bad, you know, like the A50. Sometimes it's severe enough to the point of having to actually change, you know, needing to change the software. And sometimes it's not. You know, it's just the same familiar cell broadcast service holes and telephony holes that you find in every Android phone. You know, it's if you have more than that, like I do on the A50 with a whole bunch of shit in there that's broken, yeah, I can see a reason for needing to change the software, you know, or requiring the latest updates, but it's you know, I'll say that it's probably, you know, you shouldn't be forced, yeah, to upgrade something like, you know, your firmware if you know, if you don't want to, in my opinion. But some of these places, some of these companies will do that. You know, they will say that you got to have some version of Android high enough to use their app. Some of them do that. They're doing a full ambulance service today. They're doing full ambulance services. I'm dying of thirst.
Beating it here. Hey, where are you?
Doing an ambulance servicio. We're doing an ambulance servicio today. Servicio. I mean, you're more likely to find an ambulance than a charity van around here, you know. You're more likely to find a goddamn ambulance around here than a charity offering food and drinks. Yeah, it's too fucking hot to walk this way, man. I kind of feel like laying down and sitting down somewhere else. Started moving around in that Piccadilly area as soon as I went there. As soon as I got there, it got very busy very fast. Yeah. Very busy very fast, didn't it? We got to look at this RAM Plus setting to see if we can liberate Samsung Health Services, because it's still not stopping from running. So there's some kind of memory hold. Another mass migration, nice. Another mass migration. yeah, it's a nice day, but nothing to drink. Not even a bottle of water, no soda, nothing. And it's pretty bad. My balls are killing me from eating that rice. I think it was the rice. I think it was our rice today. Horrendous. The rice we had on breakfast and lunch. It was a little dry for us. So we're very, very busy making collages, and I can't make them fast enough. I mean, there's so much information from the sidewalks alone. It's insane. How many matches are out here. Understand? So I can't make the collages fast enough. To be able to make the GIFs and get rid of the images. Well, we should be able to catch up. Understand? I can't make this stuff fast enough. And yeah, the gallery could be a little bit better developed. You know, I need to select more than one image to make a collage. So a lot of times I'm wasting a lot of time going back in the gallery and selecting the same image again.
I actually don't want
because I don't have the duplicates. Most of the time sometimes it's only one picture, and I need two. I need two for the timestamp and another one to zoom in. Understand? And it doesn't let you select the same image twice. Yeah, you got to make the collage, then you got to go back in and add the picture again, which takes more time. If you could duplicate the image in the collage, that would be very useful. And if you could keep the layout, keep the same layout in there, that would be again very useful. So have the same five image or 6 image layout, because the other layouts don't work. It's only 1 or 2 layouts that you can make collages with, and if you could keep that layout pinned, that would be very useful as well. Yeah, so you don't have to change the layout constantly, just use the same layout over and over and over again. But it doesn't have that option. It's not that useful right now, but it's useful enough, just not for what I'm doing to be for just not for mass production like I'm doing. I mean, that's massive production. It's like 500 fucking collages per day, and it's obviously that's like fucking commercial, industrial sized collage production, right? But you can make a couple. It's not made to me, for you to make 500 in a fucking day. But those are some of the things that I would change. Select the same image twice, or duplicate one in the collage, and make it so that you can save the layout, so you don't have to load the same layout over and over and over again, because it takes too much fucking time. That's the reason why I can't catch up. They can also make some kind of program, AI program or something, that can, that will save the last 3 or 4 images that you take, or duplicate them. That would be very useful as well. So let's say you have something important that you captured and you need that duplicated. You need the last picture that you took, last 3 pictures that you took duplicated. That would be useful as well if they could manage that in some kind of way, to duplicate a certain number of images that you took last, that you last took. That would be useful as well. If they don't have that, I mean, like I said, it's good enough on 13. I'm not complaining. Better than anything that I've seen from Google Photos. Better than anything that I've seen from Google Photos by some margin. Understand? But it could be better made, have more functionality, more options. Like I said, duplicate an image in a collage and save the layout. Save the layout so you don't have to load it over and over and over again. Those are some of the changes that I would make to it, but obviously they haven't even done that in 15. They changed the stuff in 15 with the collages and stuff, and the photo editor is definitely newer. It's got some newer options in there, but they haven't done that. Duplicate the image in the collage, save the layout at the very least. You want to have a default layout, don't you? Let's have a default, save a default layout for the collage. They haven't done that yet. Why not? Because you might want to use the same layout over and over. They haven't done that. They've done everything else, though. They're fucking running out of bounds and shit with the images, which is not very useful. It's not useful at all, actually. But, yeah, anyway, I guess it's good enough on 13. I'm not complaining. Could be worse. Good thing it's working. Wow. Well. Yeah, there's a nice shadow over here. Should be okay until 5. Should be fine until 5 to stay over here. I feel like fucking staying at the library. They don't shut the fuck up ever in that library. It's like a fucking bar in there. It's like a fucking pub in there. They just keep yapping and talking and singing and won't shut the fuck up. Pretty fucking annoying library.
Bonjour. Zwicht zum Provokant. карта и код, оно должно быть тоненькое.
You know, about a year ago, well, more than a year now.
Yeah.
2, 3 years, right?
C'était ton anniversaire, à minuit, ouais. À minuit.
daha yiyor musun? Vallahi yapalım.
Guarda che sto, guarda.